A few years ago, I thought if only I could have a dedicated art studio in my home, then I would make more art. And don't get me wrong, I am so lucky to have this crazy, cluttered, chaotic space, but it's not the thing that helped me make more art. All of that made me realise recently that it was not having this studio that made me create more art. It was having things like these and having tiny little art spaces scattered throughout my life. These are the things that remove friction and make it easier to start. So today I thought I would show you some of my favourite art spaces in the hope that it will spark inspiration and help you to bring creativity into your life too, without having a crazy, chaotic, dedicated art studio. So get cozy, grab a cuppa, and let's talk about something magical. Let's start with the tiniest one. This is my littlest art creation sketchbook and my 4-in-1 Bic pen. Honestly, this is probably one of the most useful art setups that I own. The sketchbook is tiny enough to fit into my back pocket, into a handbag, inside a coat pocket, the car, a backpack, pretty much anywhere. And because it's so small and so easy to carry, it removes almost every excuse. So if I'm waiting somewhere, I can sketch. If I'm traveling, I can sketch. If I'm sitting on a bus, I can sketch. And I've actually made a whole little video about this sketchbook already, and I'll leave that linked below and move on to some more of my other favourite art spaces. One thing that I've realised that I love having is pre-packed kits. And yes, that sometimes means doubling up on supplies, but for me, convenience wins. If it takes you half an hour to gather everything together before you can start creating, you've probably used up half your time and half your energy before you've even begun. So I love having a pencil case that is already packed and ready to go. This one is set up for sketching and watercolours, and it will even fit in a little mini sketchbook. This one is set up slightly differently, but the point isn't about what's inside it. The point is just having it ready, and I can grab it and start anytime, anywhere, without having to think about what I need. No decisions, no searching supplies, absolutely no setup time required. This is my bigger outdoor sketching setup, and I actually have built this myself, and it's because I wanted it to do several jobs. It's got different colours of paper for sketching, and it's got some lined pages at the back for taking notes. It's also got this wallet section so that I can take some scrapbooking papers and stickers. It also gives me space for collecting tickets and memorabilia. And at the front here, it has got mechanical pencil and some coloured pencils, as well as one of those little tape runners that I use for sticking things in when I'm on the go. I have actually used this and created this page while I was on an aeroplane says take flight just there. And then my daughter even used it to create her own page while she was on the plane too. And because it is so compact and everything is held within this leather binder, it's just always ready and I can take it anywhere, even the kitchen table or the sofa. The next level up is having bags pre-prepared, packed and ready to go. They don't need to be anything fancy. They can just be good sized handbags, backpacks, or anything that fits the supplies that you have got. And I often find if I have already got a pencil case and a sketchbook, then if they're packed ready to go, I can just pop them in a bag and take them anywhere. You can take them outdoors with you. You could take them to the garden with you. You could take them on a long trip, a short trip, but not only that, a little handy bag can be pre-packed and just live beside your sofa, could live next to your bed, could live on the back of a chair in the dining room, could be tucked away on a hook in your kitchen. And that brings me on to the biggest thing that I have realized recently. Creating doesn't need an art room, it doesn't need a studio, and it doesn't need a dedicated space, even though all of those things are wonderful to have. It's simply having the supplies close by. Maybe a sketchbook on your coffee table, a pencil case tucked away on a shelf, a little bag all packed and ready beside your favourite chair. Keep it small, keep it simple, keep it close, because then everything is ready for when inspiration strikes. But it can be so lovely to have small areas of dedicated storage space. So think drawers, boxes, cupboards, little areas in your house that can become your dedicated mini art studio. If all you have got is one drawer in a unit that you can dedicate to your art supplies, then you can put in a sketchbook. This is all of my favorite acrylic paints that fold up into a pencil case, a drawing sketchbook and a mechanical pencil, a little spray bottle of water for my paints, and a couple of paint brushes, and you're good to go. So one drawer can absolutely become your art space too. You don't need a whole room. And if you've got a little more space, maybe you can dedicate a storage box or a blanket chest or a coffee table with hidden storage. And these are wonderful because they can hold several small art kits while still looking beautiful in your home. And my daughter has a very, very slim art trolley, which is so slim that it fits into so many tiny places around the house. It could squeeze in between kitchen cabinets. It can tuck itself in behind doorways and fit neatly into corners or behind chairs and sofas. No, it is not the most organized art trolley at the moment, but it works brilliantly. It's another perfect example of a dedicated art space without needing a dedicated art room. And one of my most favorite options might be a cottagecore style wicker basket. Even this little small one, look how much stuff we can fit in there. Pre-packed pencil case, sketchbooks, coloured pencils, oil pastels, marker pens, extra sketchbook. So many things can fit into these. They look stunning around your house, and because they have a handle, they are so easy just to have one pre-packed with your favorite art supplies, and you can take it to your sofa, to your bedroom, to your kitchen table, your dining table. Why not even take it outside to the garden and sketch there? It's basically the portable art kit that moves around with you. I was also lucky enough to be gifted this portable watercolour box and this travel watercolour sketchbook. I have been playing with these and I'm going to show you some more. I am so happy with the way these work. This is the Light Wish wooden walnut watercolour box, and what I love about it is just how small it is. It is so compact and fantastic. But for me, this feels less like something that I would use as a travel setup and more something that I would have in a drawer or near a kitchen table, coffee table, dining table. I mean, look at that. It's absolutely stunning. The leather is beautiful. The box itself is absolutely beautiful. And you can just set up at a table in your house and pretty much get working straight away. And it's got all your watercolors. It's got this little protective perspex layer on it, which is fantastic. It's got 24 full-sized watercolor pans in here, and these are actually full-sized pans, and they are all removable, which means you can replace them or refill them at any point. The colors are absolutely beautiful and I'm so excited to test them, but I also love how much space it has got for mixing. Quite often when you get these little sets, the mixing space is really small, but this is fantastic for loads of space for mixing colors. These are ceramic as well, which I really like. You've also got a little space here, so you can absolutely add a couple of paint brushes. What I will probably add is a little water paintbrush like this one, because then I don't even need to have water with it. The other lovely design feature about this set is the leather backing that it comes on actually transforms into a little easel for working. Okay, I have tested out all of their colors, and can I just say, wow, I'm genuinely surprised. The colors are creamy and thick, and look how strong their pigmentation is. If you add more water, they obviously go very more translucent and really thin down like a traditional watercolor, but they are so rich and they are so pigmented that you can effectively use them with a strength of color that is a bit like acrylics or gouache. I think this might quite quickly become a go-to kit because it is all just together. I can put it into its leather case and just have it all contained, ready to grab, ready to start painting. Lightwish have been kind enough to give me a discount code, so I'm going to link that in the description. So the matching travel watercolor sketchbook that Lightwish sent me, if I can is really interesting because, as I said earlier in the video, I've already kind of created my own travel sketchbook system, but this has got a much bigger watercolor pad in there, and I like that the ring binder makes it refillable. It feels like really nice thick watercolor paper, and what I'm excited to learn is we've got all these pockets on either side, and I wonder if I can add my go-to urban sketching stuff to this. So things that I am going to have to fit in here are my little micro watercolor kit, because I love that. My slightly bigger Winsor & Newton watercolor kit, because that's an excellent one to have as well. I will definitely need to fit in a mechanical pencil, my wristband, which I wear when I'm watercoloring so I can clean, as you can see, the colors off. I will also need a butterfly or bulldog clip. And then I definitely want a water pen in there, and ideally I'd like to put in maybe another sketching pencil and a pen or two. I think the first thing is going to be is what from my bigger items can go in there. So, oh, that's my big water. Are you kidding? Oh my goodness, guys, look at this. That has just fitted both my watercolor kits. That's kind of blown my mind, because this is going to be plenty of space for fitting in some pens and things. That's clearly for a thin paintbrush. You know, I might want to put something like that in. I think we will leave that empty. Oh no, we won't leave it empty. Look. This is possibly a space to put my little armband, and I could probably squeeze my bulldog clip in there with it. I've not tested this out yet, so you are learning with me as we go. The mechanical pencil can just grip into the leather with the pen holder, and if you wanted to protect the bottom of it, it can also sit under there. And then I can definitely fit another pencil in there. And you know what? I might be lucky. Might be able to squeeze 2 pens in here because it's a big enough section. Again, I'm kind of a little bit blown away. So if I wanted to take this out with me to do bigger watercolor sections, that's definitely why I would need my bigger palette with me and not just my little tiny one. But look at that. Over this side I've got both little palettes. I've just had a thought. If I'm working on a bigger piece of paper, I'm going to want this palette. So actually, oh yeah, if I wanted to, I can squeeze my water bottle in there, and I can leave this in my kit, and this can be for bigger watercolors. So I'm going to need to get another one of these, and I'm probably going to need to get a second spray bottle because I love having these handy. But I have got watercolor palette, spray bottle, wristband, bulldog clip just in case, spare paintbrush, I'll pick a better one, a pen, a water paintbrush. Do you know what? I might swap that for a second water paintbrush. Then I've got this beautiful watercolor paper, which we'll test in a minute. And then over here, I've got my mechanical pencil, an extra pencil, and a couple of pens. And all of this just folds up. I love it. This is absolutely perfect. Oh my goodness, look at that. I have just got another grab and go kit. Again, Lightwish have been so generous and gifted me this, and they have also given me a discount code. So if you are interested in getting one of these yourself, the code will be in the description, and it runs for a week from today. I am so pleased with how this turns out. It is still drying, so I am being careful. Just a super quick little strawberry study, but they do water down and work beautifully like watercolors, but also they are thick and creamy enough that you can go back on top with even lighter colors like white and add in little highlights. So all in all, I think I'm going to really enjoy using this little wooden box full of watercolors, and I'm definitely going to enjoy taking this new travel sketchbook out and about with me, allowing me to do bigger watercolor paintings. So at the end of the day, I don't think making art is about having the perfect studio. I think it's about making creativity easy to reach for. As lovely as having a dedicated workspace is, it's not what actually makes me create and make art. It's keeping it small, keeping it simple, and keeping it close by. Because the less friction there is between you and your sketchbook, or you and the canvas, means that you are more likely to open that sketchbook or paint on that canvas. So whether your art space is a whole room, a single drawer, a wicker basket, a bag by your bed, or a tiny sketchbook in your pocket, that's enough. Just remember, play, create, relax, and you will make something magical.